The Eastern Himalayan subalpine conifer forest is a temperate coniferous forests ecoregion which is found in the middle and upper elevations of the eastern Middle Himalayas, in western Nepal, Bhutan and northern Indian states including Arunachal Pradesh. Setting: the ecoregion forms a belt of coniferous forest covering 27,500 square kilometers from 3,000 to 4,000 meters elevation, extending from the Gandaki River in Nepal east through Bhutan and into Arunachal Pradesh. It is part of a transition zone from Indomalaya ecozone in the south to the Palearctic ecozone in the north, and is the last habitat below the tree line of the Himalayas. The Himalayas are lined with belts of habitat from the grassy foothills to the high peaks and are home to a number of birds and animals that migrate seasonally through these zones, including these conifer forests, each of which provides crucial habitat at different times of the year. Furthermore, the streams and rivers of the steep mountainsides will flood if not held in place by woodland. The Eastern Himalayas are watered by the Bay of Bengal. Monsoons are wetter than in the west and have a higher tree line. Flora: these forests are typically found on steep, rocky, north-facing slopes. The most common trees are Abies spectabilis, Larix griffithii, Juniperus recurva, Juniperus indica, Betula utilis, Acer spp, and Sorbus spp. The understory features a rich community of colorful rhododendrons, including Rhododendron hodgsoni, Rhododendron barbatum, Rhododendron campilocarpum, Rhododendron campanulatum, Rhododendron fulgens, and Rhododendron thomsoni. Other shrubs include Viburnum grandiflorum and Lonicera angustifolia. Sugigamosa occurs in wetter areas and lower elevations. Pinus wallaceiana occurs in drier areas around Tibet. It is particularly common in the Khumbu region. Taxus baccata is important but uncommon. Juniper woodlands grow in flat, inner river valleys, mixed with various species of Salix and Prunus. Those in the Zaria Thang Valley in Bhutan's Jigme Dorji National Park are an important summer habitat for takin fauna. This ecoregion is home to some 89 species of mammals originally from both Indomalayan and Palearctic ecozones, including civets, martins, Himalayan tahr and muntjac. The white-bellied musk deer, hunted for its musk glands, and the endangered red panda are important inhabitants for whom the conifer forests are typical habitat, with the red panda living between 3,000 meters and 4,000 meters where there is an undercover of bamboo beneath the fir trees. Other endangered species found here are the takin, Himalayan serow, and party-colored flying squirrel, while Mandalese mouse-eared bat, the Asiatic wild dog, the Asiatic black bear and the Himalayan tahr are considered vulnerable. There are two near-endemic squirrels, Hodgson's giant flying squirrel and the Bhutan giant flying squirrel, along with a pure endemic rodent, the Himalayan field mouse. About 200 species of birds have been recorded in this ecoregion, of which 6 are endemic: chestnut-breasted partridge, hoary-throated barwing, Ludlow's fulvetta, Nepal wren babbler, buff-throated partridge, and Lord Derby's parakeet. The last two are limited to an area of conifer forest in Arunachal Pradesh. Threatened or endangered birds of the ecoregion include Tibetan eared pheasant and sclatus monal, while a number of other birds are sensitive to habitat change and therefore potentially vulnerable. These include blood pheasant, Blythe's tragopan, Satyr tragopan, Ward's trogon, and chestnut-breasted partridge. Indeed, this ecoregion forms part of two BirdLife International endemic bird areas because of the number of birds for which the conifers are important for breeding. Threats and conservation. The human population of these heights is very low, and most of the natural conifer forest remains, with a considerable portion in protected areas. Damage is caused as trees are cut to provide firewood for local inhabitants and for trekking parties or to clear land for grazing. Large protected areas that contain areas of conifer forest include Annapurna Conservation Area, Langtang and Makalu-Barun National Parks in Nepal, Singila National Park in India, and Sakteng Wildlife Sanctuary, Jigme Singye Wangchuk and Jigme Dorji National Parks in Bhutan.